From what we see, there are so many gaps. The 7 pillars are not well coordinated from our observation. 2, the cabinet, that's executive, keeps on changing the guidelines every day. Tomorrow you wake up, you find a new guideline has been issued, and this will continue to confuse the population. It will continue to confuse us, the leaders, and it will continue to mix the whole process. So for this to pick, I think cabinet needs to stick to what they had already released out. At least we roll it from there, then it has to move, and when there are challenges, that's when we will come and begin adjusting. But otherwise, it's a very good initiative, but the money being pumped in is not enough. Initially, they had said they would release 100 million per year to a parish, but today we are told it's going to be given quarterly. If 100 million is divided quarterly, yet this parish development model is hinged on agricultural production, and agricultural production in our country has basically 2 seasons. Some regions have 1 season. So if we have 2 seasons in Uganda to have agriculture practiced, and we are releasing the money in 4 quarters, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter, when the other quarters will find that these are not seasons for production. So what will people do with this money? This idea of saying that the money will be released quarterly is wrong.
What I have seen on the ground is still we need to do more. One, this policy has really caused a lot of problem among the community, like your sensitization, because people are still, they don't know about much about this past development program. And 2, the issue of the corruption, which is too much in local government. And for example, in Arua, at the time we shared money 17 million, up to 17 million only. Each person got 7 million. Then where's the 10 million? This means this already corruption. And as the member of parliament, what I want to tell open is that then we need to go on the ground and check each other and sort to fight the corruption first. Because if you don't fight the corruption, it's going to affect this program. And 2, the way how they disperse the money is not correct. What we need is the money must go direct to the beneficiaries. When they say 100, to go direct to 100, and yet it's not enough. If they expire in the time, I want to send the time so that then it's going to help the community. Then they begin to do their activities. And if they send then a bit by bit, also it's going to affect us. And if it was the population, this is too big. This 100 million is enough. But still, for the beginning, we can start to do like that. But we need to come together and make sure that we should check and check this program, and we make sure we should organize the function. Not fundraising, not fundraising. We should organize the dialogue, community dialogue meeting, then to the community, and also to make them to be aware, so that when the program comes, then they should own the program. It's not the government program, it's the government program, but everybody must benefit. So not they should leave the issue of this politics or the opposition. No, this is the program. We need to fight the poverty out of the community.
Enterprise development. Ugandans do not know how to do enterprises. So the gap, why I asked the speaker why Parliament did not put in resources to Enterprise Uganda to build that capacity. That means we are planning to give people money who do not know how to use it, and that is a risk. That is a gap. There is another gap on the allocation mechanism. While we are saying we should allocate based on population, others are saying we should allocate based on the number of parishes, and yet the government is saying we should target the 39% of Ugandans who are not in the money economy. So for now, it seems we are targeting everyone while thinking that we are targeting the 39%. So that is the gap that needs to be bridged quickly. so that when we are evaluating the parish development model, we assess whether it has achieved its purpose. If we continue the way it is, it might be really difficult to assess whether it has achieved its purpose. Those two, in my view, are critical. I have mentioned them.
Talk about the 25 million.